The U.S. Commerce Secretary, in a TV interview that aired Wednesday night, says Washington has secured trade deals with both Thailand and Cambodia. Howard Lutnick giving credit to the U.S. president, saying Donald Trump had used the threat of tariffs to push both countries towards a ceasefire. But Thailand's finance minister coming out to clarify that he is expecting more information on the precise rate of tariffs in the next 24 hours, adding that both sides are still working, quote, a little bit more on relevant details. While Cambodia's Deputy Prime Minister, who is leading trade negotiations, says he's not aware any new agreement had been reached. Thailand and Cambodia could face 36% tariffs on goods shipped to the US. That's their top export market by tomorrow in the absence of deals with Washington. AP Correspondent Jeremy Koh breaks down the trade relationships between the US and these two Southeast Asian countries.
At the start of the week, US President Donald Trump declared it, quote, inappropriate to have Thailand and Cambodia at the trading table until the fighting between them stopped. And the following day, after deadly clashes along their contested border, the two Southeast Asian neighbors called a truce. How important was it for the two countries to stop fighting after President Trump coupled tariff talks? Now, for a start, both countries were facing a 36% tariff on their exports to the US. Just looking at the trade data, last year, the United States was Thailand's largest export market, accounting for around 18% of total shipments, and it has been so for the past several years. On the other side, the US is also Cambodia's largest export market, and we see a more or less rising trend for the past 5 years. On top of that, the value of exports to the US for both countries also significantly exceed the value of exports to the second largest export markets. So based on those data, a favorable tariff rate with the US is critical for both Thailand and Cambodia. Exports are a key driver of Thai economic growth, and economists had warned that a 36% tariff on Thai goods could significantly slow down Thailand's economy. In fact, some have said the economy could contract by 1%. Cambodia, on the other hand, saw its economy expand by 6% last year, up from 5% in 2023. But that upward momentum could be halted by the new tariffs. Cambodia's GDP growth this year could go down 1.1 percentage point down to 4.9%, with a sharp rise in tariffs, according to a report by the ASEAN Plus 3 Macroeconomic Research Office. Neighbouring economies successfully negotiating lower tariff rates is also putting pressure on Thailand, ASEAN's second largest economy. Now, for instance, Vietnam, already projected by some observers to take over that status from Thailand, negotiated a tariff rate of 20%, while Indonesia, the bloc's largest economy, cut a deal for a rate that's even lower at 19%. Now, these are both much lower than the levels first announced in April. Thai authorities have revised their trade proposal to include zero tariffs on a wide range of US products. They also made additional concessions in an effort to reach common ground. Nonetheless, the Finance Ministry is preparing economic relief measures, including a $4.3 billion plan to stimulate the economy alongside financial measures to support the private sector. Jeremy Koh, Bangkok.